So welcome to my channel, Raina's Universe. I'm gonna interview my conductor, Michael Repper, aka Mike. So today we're performing a concert, so if you haven't seen that vlog, check it out right here. But where's Mike? There you are.
How's it going?
So introduce yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike Repper. I'm the music director of the New York Youth Symphony, which Raina plays in.
What ensembles do you conduct for?
Well, the coolest ensemble that I get to conduct for is right here in New York, the New York Youth Symphony. But I also conduct an orchestra in Virginia called the Northern Neck Orchestra, and I travel all over the country and the world actually conducting. It's a really exciting profession.
What was your first conducting experience?
I was 8 years old, and I was in Melbourne, Australia. And my teacher there used to do these young people's concerts for kids. She would have first graders come in and like an assembly, and second graders and third graders and fourth graders, and she had a concert all about Haydn for the students, and she had hired a little chamber orchestra there. And one of the coolest parts was there was an actor who was supposed to play Haydn, the part of Haydn, and the actor never showed up. And so she dressed me in this wig with this big long robe meant for an adult man, and I stood in front of an orchestra and conducted the second movement of the Surprise Symphony, and the piece surprised me just as much as everybody else, and it sort of shocked me into needing to want to be a conductor. And so
Cool.
I came back to the States and started to study it, and 20 years later, here I am.
What have been like your favorite conducting experience? Like any like memorable conducting experience?
Oh my gosh, my most memorable conducting experience has to be my debut at Carnegie Hall with the New York Youth Symphony. We did Rachmaninoff's Second Symphony, and Christine Lamprey played the Schumann Cello Concerto, and we gave the world premiere of a great piece called Daylights by Hilary Purrington. And so that must be the most memorable.
What inspires you?
We say that music lives within all of us at all times. And anytime that I am moved by a musical phrase, that really inspires me. And more so, I think that music is really a channel through which we can help build communities. And so I'm inspired by how we can do that.
As a conductor, you have to learn like an entire score and like learn all the parts. How do you do that?
A lot of practice, but it's really no different from how you might learn how to play your violin part for an orchestra. It's really no different from that. I mean, you do have to be aware of everything that's going on in front of you, but at the same time, you're not actually creating the sounds physically with the instruments, and so that is liberating in a way. It's very, very cerebral, and it comes with a lot of practice, but it's not as difficult as you might think.
How do you practice?
Oh, in front of a mirror. Yeah, I have a big, tall mirror at home so that I can watch, and I try to imagine what a violinist might think if they see a certain thing. Oh, that doesn't look all that good. Oh, that looks good. It's imperative to practice in front of a mirror, and it's sort of tricky. I think a lot of musicians don't realize. Oh, you practice to silence. Yeah, I practice to silence, but it's all about the experience of being in front of an orchestra. You really learn the most once you're able to get in front of a group. And so to get to work with the New York Youth Symphony week in, week out helps me be a much better conductor week in, week out. So
last week you like threw your baton in the air and it landed.
Well, that was an accident.
It landed right next to me.
That's right. This particular baton is very special to me, and I have a few of them left. I was conducting what Raina said I was conducting in rehearsal, and I'm a big, tall person, and sometimes my actions can get quite big, and I accidentally hooked my baton on the music stand and it flew out of my hand, and it was very embarrassing. And thankfully it didn't break. I was volunteering in Venezuela, in the middle of Venezuela, about 4 years ago, and I was teaching a conducting class. I was conducting an orchestra, but also teaching a conducting class for very, very young students, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, that age. And on the very last day of my time there, a very young student came up to me and said that my dad makes these batons out of a tree in our backyard, and I really want you to have it. And it was kind of a Harry Potter moment for me. He handed me the baton, and it was the first baton that I had ever held that I truly felt one with. And so unfortunately the baton that he handed to me broke almost immediately because it was wooden, and I wasn't prepared for it to be in the suitcase and things like that, and so it immediately broke. And so I wrote to him and I said, please, what can I do? I need more of these batons. And so he sent me a collection of them. So they're very, very special to me, and I've been conducting with this specific baton, this exact one, For 3 years, at least more than 3 years since I started with New York Youth Symphony. Yeah, and I'll continue conducting with it for hopefully forever because I love it.
How do you stay so energetic? Because you have like a really great personality, especially for conducting like a youth orchestra.
Yeah, well, music is energizing, right? And so I think that it's a sign that I'm doing what I really, really love to do, and I'm getting to do it with people who I really love. It's just what I enjoy doing the most, and so I don't. It's not a chore to stay energetic. And moreover, I think that the best music is made when the conductor is energetic. If the orchestra is not energetic, then the product won't be energetic. And so many conductors get energy out of an orchestra different ways, but the way that I try to get it is by exuding energy all the time and being happy about what I'm doing. But I don't have to try to do it, it just is what it is. You know, at the end of a concert or a rehearsal, I'm exhausted, but you know, the way I think about it is if I'm not exhausted, I'm not doing it the right way.
How do you get ready for a concert, like the day before? I mean, you kind of talked about how you practice.
Yeah.
But like, what's like your routine?
That's right. Well, I try not to practice the morning of. I think that the morning of, it's all about sort of meditating, getting in the spirit of the sound, getting in the spirit of what you're trying to do. Interestingly, I actually find that I perform better on an empty stomach. I don't know what that is, but I think that's something energetic in me about that, and so I try not to eat a heavy meal or anything before I perform. Diet Coke, I have a lot of Diet Coke, which you all know about me.
So what would you do if you weren't conducting?
I don't know exactly what it was, but there was a moment when I realized that this is absolutely what I must do, that there's nothing else in the world that would make me as happy as this, and so there's no option. And so I don't know the answer to that, but in a way that's kind of liberating because I know that this is what I'm meant to be doing, so, you know, what do I need to be doing in order to make that happen? Yeah, I'm sorry that I can't answer that question. I studied recording engineering for many, many years.
Nice.
And I was interested in poli-sci, political science, for many years, but I don't think either of those things would make me as happy as what I'm doing right now.
I have a couple of questions from Instagram and YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Someone asked, do conductors need to know every instrument? And obviously it's no, because you don't know every instrument, but like, I guess another question would be like, how familiar with the instruments?
Yeah, so actually I play piano, violin, clarinet, and trombone. And the reason that I picked up those instruments is because I wanted to be able to understand, maybe have a fluency in the basic technique of at least all of the different families within the orchestra. And I think that's really important. Now, would I play a recital on the trombone? No, I'm not nearly good enough. But it's important, I think, for a conductor to know when they're speaking to a brass player what it actually feels like to have that embouchure, or a clarinet player, what does it feel like to have that embouchure? I think that there's a level of respect that the conductor gains in that way, and also a fluency in rehearsal.
Favorite instrument to play?
Oh my gosh. Well, the instrument that I'm best at playing is the piano. And I guess that would be my favorite instrument to play on that basis. I always say that if I were to go and do it all over again, I would pick up the cello for sure.
Favorite modern day band?
Oh my gosh, favorite modern day band. I love Bruno Mars. I would say that I err on the side of rock and roll. Yeah.
And then your dream concert program?
My dream concert program, oh my gosh. Boy, that's really tough. I don't think you're going to be able to put this one in the video because there's just so many things.
I just wanted to say like thank you so much. Well, not just this interview, but like being in the orchestra, it's been such a blast.
Oh, awesome. Well, I've been glad to have you, of course. And you know, New York Youth Symphony, I say to everybody, is definitely one of the most elite youth orchestras in the country, and it hit me immediately from the first note of my audition with the orchestra that the group plays with such a maturity above their age. It's more than a technical ability. It's a maturity of understanding of the music. I'm
New York Youth social media ambassador for the next couple of months, and so you should follow me on Instagram.
Totally.
I'll be posting there, and follow Mike on Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll have all like the links down there, and come to our concert.
We have a New York Youth Symphony ticket giveaway for our March 10th concert at Carnegie Hall, and Raina here's going to tell you how you can get them. So
you have to follow NY Youth Symphony, New York Youth Symphony on Instagram. I'll have it like right here, link below as well. And you have to comment hashtag Raina's Universe on one of their posts, and the winner will be announced on March 4th, and you can win 2 tickets.
Awesome, we'll see you there.
So thank you for watching this video. Thanks,
yeah,
Mike,
of course, yeah, thanks, yeah. Let's do it more, yeah, totally.
Thumbs up the video. Subscribe.
Thanks for watching.